nation, this is second nature. All is automatic. Call up.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
And this carries into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now Wilson on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it's going to be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Seahawks, nothing. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern, because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flushed out right. Open man is Kirk, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson making the catch is Sternberger. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, Carson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Just like that. Just like that. No. You guys, listen. Check.
From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 24-yard line.
24-yard line.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brought down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Zebra. Mark 38. Hey, I'm coming. Mike 38. Let's go one more. 38 to Mike. In your face.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. From the gun, Wilson. And able to find Kirk complete. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Wilson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. This is Carson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Operating from the gun. Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Steps away to his left. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 23 yards, the final tally.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what?
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
The 39-yard line.
Under a minute to go, clock running at a back-and-forth first quarter of play. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Seahawks 7.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Forced out to his left.
That's right, baby. It's all
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Now it's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Wilson sack.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson to throw. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Eluding the pressure right.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
On first down, Carson. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Coming. Touch 50, touch 50. Hey, alert 3.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They run it with Carson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
26 Mike. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball. Good job right there. Good job right there. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
From the gun, Wilson. Flush to his right. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he returns this to the 22.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A good pickup there at 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. And this now 3rd and 11 after that second down completion actually went back a yard. From the gun, Wilson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 28-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll find Metcalf. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Ravens.
That's going to be caught. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. But they also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. They'll try to run with Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup.
They go play action with Jackson. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
To go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Now Wilson. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Alton Robinson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to do it with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
At the 19-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. And this is caught at the 8. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Here's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Good. Makes the score Seahawks 33, Ravens 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right?
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion left side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Complete to
Marquise Brown, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Eluding the pressure right. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the gun, Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and the pressure gets to him again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play.
Ravens 28.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the 7. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
Little salt, little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LRDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
6-yard line.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Second and 8 coming up. They run again with Carson, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From midfield now, here's Wilson. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The first time they've looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first.
At the 43-yard line.
They go play action now. Wilson. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. That catch good for only a couple.
At the Ravens' 22-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, flying like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Wilson will throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now he'll escape to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. And now Jackson will look to throw it. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd and
2. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Operating from the gun. Wilson. And he'll find Moreau here. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
1st and 10 at the 36.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Seahawks send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing now is Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. 22 yards there, a first down.
For a Seattle Seahawks.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
Wilson's pass intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
36. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the